back to the Junior Gold Championships 2021 edition here in Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is Mike Flanagan. I'm joined by the Hall of Famer, Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Today we've got our U12 girls and boys division shows, Carolyn.
It's going to be very exciting. It's so nice to see this young talent. I'm so glad they added this division because now you're seeing more kids get into the sport of bowling, and that's what it's all about.
It sure is. And today we've got our U12 girls kicking things off. We've got Bella Castillo taking on Larielle Tharps. Bella is from Odessa, Texas, and Larielle from Orlando, Florida.
We have Bella, who is no stranger to being in the limelight. She is an SYC champion. She is always in the hunt for a title. And she really was one of the first and youngest two-handers on the female side. So she's really breaking ground here. Larielle, it is exciting to watch her bowl. You know why? She's in it for the fun. Started bowling, this year? I mean, she's only in it for 1 year, and she really is just loving the entire sport of bowling, and now makes her first TV appearance. I think she's in for the long haul.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to both athletes and their families, and we've got a lot of personality on the show today.
Absolutely. And also with Baylie, now don't forget, only left-hander that will be on TV. So it's going to be very interesting to see how she actually handles the lanes. Because remember, we've talked about this before. When you only have one left-hander, it's do or die, right? They can actually break down the lane the way they want to. So it's going to be interesting to see what these U12s do.
Yeah, Baylie Massinigill, our number 1 seed. She's from Troy, Ohio. So the players are practicing right now, and they're getting a look at what is their 7th lane pattern that they've seen this week. They bowled on 4 different patterns through all of qualifying. Then they bowled on another pattern in the advancers round. Then in match play, they went up against what is the most challenging pattern that they've seen. Very low scores.
Yes, very low scores, because I believe by the time every round got to match play, I believe the pattern was extremely flat. There was very little room for error, and you're going to see that, I have a feeling, on each show. And here's what I want to say about that. This is what I try to tell the kids while they're bowling. It's sometimes not about you throwing a bad shot. You actually do throw a good shot. But because they're so flat, when you miss a little right, the ball does one thing. When you miss a little left, the ball does another. It can be good off your hand, but the pattern is very challenging. So it comes down to what we always say at Junior Gold: spares matter.
Spares definitely matter. It's strikes for show, spares for dough.
Exactly.
Is what they say. Coming up after this stepladder final here for the U12 girls, we're going to have the U12 boys. And we've got some excitement on that show as well coming up. I can't believe how great these young boys throw the ball as well.
Oh, my God. There's so many two-handers. I mean, really, when you go now to a youth event, I'm almost looking for the traditional bowlers over the two-handers. So Jason Belmonte definitely did change the sport of bowling. We know that. But it's interesting to see that the U12, again, we have a two-hander on the show. So even the girls are trying to try the two-handed way of bowling just to see if it's a little different. But you're right. And we're going to see some personality on that TV show too.
We are. And certainly power is important in today's game. But yeah, we've got Kai Strothers. He's from Maplewood, New Jersey. He's the southpaw, the lefty. He'll be taking on Anthony Swanson from Evanston, Illinois in the first match there.
Right. And both have experience. They bowled the Elite Bowlers Tour. They bowled SYCs. One of them has a 300. And I believe, and I got to check this out because I think it was at Jersey Lanes in Linden, New Jersey. Kai, I believe he shot 300 there. But again, 300. You shot 300. Did you ever think you would do that at age 12?
No, not
exactly.
At all.
Me neither. So what is that telling you about the talent that we're looking at today?
Yeah, absolutely. And our number 1 seed over there is, of course, everybody knows this kid. And if you haven't, you're going to see him today. Matteo Quintero from Smyrna, Tennessee.
A SYC champion over and over again. And again, just like Bella, always in the hunt for that championship at the SYC. And it's funny because we talk about, when they graduate out of that U12 division, they move up to that U15 division. And, some people would probably be a little bit nervous about that. But this talent pool, I think, is already ready for the U15 division. So again, that is going back to their coaching that they get at home and from all of the knowledge out there that they're finding on YouTube and all of the companies that put out all of the education.
Yes.
They are very prepared for the next step in bowling.
Absolutely. So that's what we have for you. We're here on BowlTV as well as on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to watch the shows today, we've got this show here, and then we've got 2 more shows for you today. We've got the U15 and U18 shows also coming up. So great time to subscribe to BowlTV. Head over to bowltv.com to make sure you can see everything we have going on here from Indianapolis. So that's going to be it for Carolyn and I for our pregame show here from Indy. We're getting ready to get started with our first Stepladder final, the U12 girls coming up with the U12 boys following right after.
Starting our match from Orlando, Florida, Larielle Tharps.
Larielle having the choice to start or finish the match. She chooses to start on the left lane. Crosses over, nice break. TV lights. Nice to get that first one off your hand. And a nice break for Larielle.
And I'll tell you, for just bowling for a year, she has pretty darn good form.
And her opponent from Odessa, Texas, Bella Love Castillo.
Now, Bella Castillo from Odessa, Texas. She is quite a notable bowler. She throws it with 2 hands. She's well known already at a young age in the bowling industry as an up-and-coming phenom. A lot of pin action there. Comes in light, leaves the 2-pin.
Gets that ball just a little right. Now, this is what you're going to see again. This is a different pattern, right, for the show, but what you're going to see is the last few patterns, it was very apparent, were a lot flatter, which means something that I had stated when we do live stream, when we talk about flat patterns, is that there's not a lot of room to the right and there's not a lot of room to the left. You're going to pay a penalty, which is why shot making is important, just getting it off your hand and getting it towards the head pin. But making the spares is really what gets you through in junior gold.
Bella bowls out of Diamond Lanes back home in Odessa. Goes to Compass Academy School.
So as you can see there on the right lane, she got that a little right and it didn't quite pick up. And on the left lane, she tried to keep it a little more in front of her, and it hooked. So that's where you have the choice, even especially with the two-handed bowling. Make that move into the pattern, which is where I think the move should be. Very unlike Bella. Bella's a very good spare shooter, so it could be just a little bit of the nerves.
Definitely the nerves. I certainly think so, because she was making her spares all through match play. That was an easy spare for her, so she'll have a chance to sit down and think about that a little bit as she watches her opponent take to the lanes. Larielle looking for a double here to start the match. Well, 2 crossovers. I don't think she would have drawn it up that way on paper, but you know what? A nice start here.
Well, when the patterns get a little bit tougher, sometimes that little bit of luck comes into play because, again, not very forgiving, and you're hoping that if you are going to throw a bad shot and it gets to the if you're a right-handed bowler, obviously, to the left side of the head pin, you want to get that break.
Crosses over again. Not fortunate to get the strike there, and kind of pays the ultimate penalty, the 5-10.
She's going to shoot this with her spare ball. Obviously try to hit to the left of the head pin.
All right, gets count, and the bowlers are bowling very quickly today.
Yeah, and that actually, she shot at that 5-pin. That looked like a pretty good shot.
It did.
Strike shot. Throwing a urethane ball.
So Bella, well known in the bowling industry. She got a message from Danielle McEwen yesterday. She also gets coaching from Anthony Simonson via video.
Good comeback shot for Bella.
Also,
Right here, did not get that one as far right. Made sure she caught that one.
You can see her mom, Barbie, and her dad, Brian, behind. Back in 2019, just after junior gold, her dad had to have open heart surgery. He had congenital heart disease. He was born with a hole in his heart. He's doing great now. He's happy to be here cheering Bella on. All right, she's got her own crossover there. So after the open frame, comes back with a double in the third and the fourth.
I think that left lane, she's just going to have to make that move in. Again, she's going to be able to move because she's going to be able to get that ball off the pattern a little bit better than the other two girls because of the two hands.
Better shot. She's got to trust that ball a little bit more.
Just a little bit. And honestly, she is deep enough. She just maybe needs to move her eyes aboard right. Or, again, she threw this ball shooting at that 5-pin. It looked like it gave her a good look.
Okay, chops the spare. So we've got ourselves a match here just through 4 frames. Players getting comfortable here on the TV pair. We got a nice crowd here in Indy.
There is hook in the middle part of the lane. So again, and she's changing balls to shoot the spare. I really would probably use this ball on her first shot and throw it in the same spot. But again, this is her first year bowling. I think she's doing pretty awesome for her first year. She takes 5 steps. She gets the ball out on the 3rd step a little bit. So a little late timing, but for just bowling for a year, very impressive.
Yes, her coaches are Pat Castillo and Mike Furlong back in Orlando.
Well, that explains it all then right there.
Great shot from Bella.
Great shot by Bella. Bella using urethane so that she can control the lane. Again, 2 great shots on this lane. Missed a little left on the left lane, so I think she needs to make a move on that left lane because, again, the lanes, depending on how many balls were thrown on each lane, these lanes are reacting differently.
All right, covers the spare. Got an 11-pin lead for Bella through 4 frames. Spare up in the 5th. You know how Bella started bowling? She'd go to the bowling center, sitting in her car seat watching mom and dad bowl league. Got to watch a lot of bowling and started bowling herself. Just a bad shot there, Carolyn?
Yeah, she's not happy with that at all. One of the things that I think she does is she gets just a little quick and she gets around it just a little too soon. She's not waiting on it. In other words, keeping that ball a little bit more in the palm before she rolls it off. She's kind of, you know what it is? It's almost like you're turning it with 2 hands. Just a little bit too soon, and that's what causes her to get it going left.
Oh, it was a beautiful spare shot. Now, Larielle, she comes from a family that loves to bowl. Her mom, Pam, has bowled 5 300 games. Her dad, Larry, supports both mom and daughter in their bowling endeavors. There we go.
Got that ball just a little bit further right. Watch here. She doesn't pull it left. Gets out to about that 10 board. Look at that, the tracer right down the lane. Comes in light. Blows the 7 right off the deck. Perfect shot. And again, you're at junior gold. That's a perfect shot. Do not move.
And she's had success. She was the first place Pepsi U12 girls champion in Florida this year.
Much better shot on that left lane. But again, I think that left lane is definitely hooking a little bit sooner, so they're both going to have to make a move on that left lane.
Covers a 3-6.
Got another two-hander in the seats there. Brady McDonough right there.
Well, you see the pin action from the two-hander. Almost leaves the 7-10.
Gets that one way right down lane. Remember how we talked about not much mistake area, right? Still hits the pocket, gets the break, knocks out the 10. But again, if she's going to get it that far right, she needs to make sure she gets around it. That one was a little bit more up the back of it.
Gave that one a little bit too much room, it looks like, at the spare.
She's actually bowling rather quick. It seems, well, both girls are bowling
Both
quick,
players, yeah.
But Bella usually takes a little bit more time, so I don't know if that's just a little bit of the nerves. But she's a little more of a meticulous bowler.
Comes in high, leaves the 3-6-7-10.
Looked like she did make the move to the left, but she looked a little bit slow on that shot. Here's the other thing. With the two-handed bowling, she's got a lot of ball speed. I mean, she can amp it up. I have seen her bowl SYCs, and she's rocketing it down the lane. So right now on that left lane, if she doesn't want to continue to move, I would say she just needs to increase her ball speed, make sure to stay aggressive with it, and I would catch it. I would.
Bella with a max score of 187. Larielle going at a 184 pace currently.
Looks like a pretty good shot. Very obvious that that right lane obviously is a little bit tighter than that left lane. That was a very good shot by Larielle. Nerves are now out by the 8th frame. Shooting their spares. Oh, I thought that was going to actually hook just a little bit. So this is one of those matches, Mike, where you go, you can have it. No, I'll take it. You can have it. I'll take it.
5-pin advantage for Larielle going into the last 2 frames. You know, in this event, she was about to give up. She wasn't bowling so well, but she talked to her sister that goes to Southern University in Baton Rouge. Very proud of her, gave her a pep talk. She turned it on after that, and she turned it on right there.
She changed balls.
She did.
She threw the urethane ball right where she's throwing the other reactive ball. Comes in late and blows out the 4, 5, 7. Amen.
Amen. And maybe she heard you up here in the booth. Bella looked very comfortable on that shot.
Yeah, she likes that shot. So again, she's going to be playing the lanes quite different than the other 2 girls. So I think hers is a little more of ball speed and probably another move.
So with that open frame, we have a max score for Bella at 166. Max score for Larielle, 192.
Oh, much better shot. Definitely made the move. That's what she needed to do. Great shot. Stone 9. You know, when your back's up against the wall, it's amazing the things that you can do, isn't it? You know, making the moves, executing a great shot. I mean, I know you try to do it the whole game, but with the nerves and You know, just the pressure of wanting to win sometimes takes over, but that was a great shot.
So she can max it out for 156. She got that ball back.
Much better shot. That's the Bella we know. Right here, tickles that head pin. Tell you, a little 4-5 action there. I think that was the right ball change for Larielle. Another good shot.
And with that 9 count, she will advance to take on our tournament leader, Baylie Massinigill from Troy, Ohio. Bella Castillo is going to be your 3rd place finisher here at 2021 Junior Gold U12 Division. I want to remind everybody that this is a true double elimination format. So Larielle will have to defeat Baylie twice to take home the title.
And if I recall, in the U20, the leader won both times, right?
Yes,
They didn't.
it just took one.
Mm-hmm.
Larielle finishes with 172. Bella Castillo 156.
For match 1 winner, Larielle Tharps. And our 3rd place finisher in the U12 Girls Division, Bella Castillo.
We'll see Bella back, I'm sure, in future years here at Junior Gold. She's got a bright future ahead. When we come back, Carolyn's going to talk to Bella about her experience here on the show.
I am here with our 3rd place finisher in the U12 Girls Division, Bella Love Castillo, one of our 2-handed phenoms. Okay, Bella, first I want you to tell everybody, you just got done. It didn't look like you were very comfortable on that left lane. What was the move that you made? Because the last couple shots were pretty good.
I moved more left so then I could get it out there so it'll hook back, but it just didn't fall the way I wanted.
Okay, so Junior Gold is always tough. It's a long week for everyone. What is something that you take away every year that you've bowled Junior Gold?
Just the fact that I actually made it there, and some kids, they wish they could, but they couldn't. So it's an honor just to go there.
Well, what is one of the things that you focus on when you're getting ready to come to Junior Gold? Because I want everybody who's watching to learn something from you. What do you focus on before you get here?
I just focus on making good shots and knowing that I can do better than I expected.
Okay, so what are some of your goals moving forward? Because you're a young U12, all right, so you have a long future ahead of you. What are some of your goals?
Just to be a better bowler myself and be better towards others.
Do you think you may coach someday?
Maybe.
So the reason I asked you, so who's your coach? Your dad now coaches you, right? Or your mom and dad, or just your dad?
Mostly my dad.
Your dad? Okay. So what do you learn mostly from your dad when you're working with him?
Just to be nice to him, because, you know, he's just the type of person to be like, you better be nice to me. So be nice to him and be good to myself and have fun, because that's the most important.
I am so sorry. I am stuck on that one. Can you tell Alyssa that too? To be nicer? Okay, just checking. All right, so you heard it here from Bella. Just make one shot at a time and be nice to others, and I absolutely love it. And be nice to your dad. So that's even better. So Bella, we will see you in the future. You are awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. That was great.
Carolyn, I gotta say, that might have been my favorite interview you've ever done.
Oh my God. Very rarely am I speechless, and she threw me on that one just a little bit. Be kind, be nice, and my dad, be nice to me. I love it.
Championship match coming up here. We've got Baylie Massinigill now taking on Larielle Tharps coming up right here What do you see from this match?
Well, it's. I didn't get to see them practice, but again, you're talking about two girls who just started bowling, right? So, you're good.
All
I
right,
told
we are
I told
ready for our
JT I was going to
final
say a
match of
couple
the
things
U12
that are
girls
probably
division.
odd today, but
Introducing our
you're
first
talking about two
competitor, our
girls who
number 1
aren't
seed
tainted.
from
Like they don't know
Troy,
anything
Ohio,
really
Baylie
about. They're just
Massinigill.
learning about the bowling industry. They're learning about lane conditions. They're learning about bowling balls. So they really truly are just having fun.
Here we go, championship match. Baylie, the southpaw from Troy, Ohio. When I talked to the players ahead of time, Baylie has the least experience out of anybody on the show today. She's only bowled on a sports shot a couple of times, and she told me that her dad said, hit the head pin as much as possible and make your spares.
And you know what? That's the best advice you can give someone coming to junior gold, because even in the other divisions, when the lanes get tougher, it really is about just hitting the head pin and leaving what you make.
And hoping to
Fill
win
those
2 games to
frames.
become your U12 girls champion. Our winner of match number 1 from Orlando, Florida, Larielle Tharps.
I want to give a shout out to her mom, Pam, and her dad, Larry. There, you saw him off to the left. They're great supporters of Larielle. You know, Larielle also, she likes to dance. She likes to make up her own dances, and she does that back in the hotel room. Entertains mom and dad.
Staying with the urethane ball, and again, what did the advice, right, from Bailey's dad? Hit the head pin, right? Same thing for Larielle. Right here, straight to the pocket. The urethane ball, especially for the way the girls are going to play the lanes, it's going to take the lane out of play. It's going to allow you to stay in the pocket and just make your spares.
All right, keeping it around the head pin, but you called it in that first game. You thought that she should go to this urethane ball, and it looks like that's been a great move.
And even in Bella's interview, she made the move on the left lane because the left lane was hooking more. She moved in. So Larielle here is going to have to make a move on that left lane, move just a little bit further left, and I think she'll be just fine.
Doesn't quite hook into the 3, so an open frame.
This is where the true mental test comes at this event. Even though you have an open frame, you have to let it go, and you have to let it go quickly, because you got to get right back on good shot making, because you know the lanes are tough and you know you need to make the best shot you can.
Crosses over for the 4-7. All the players on today's show are all going into the 7th grade. Baylie likes math. That's her favorite subject in school. Also back home, their friends own a bowling center, the Bigelows. You may know them in the bowling industry. Troy Bowl in Troy, Ohio. Kyle was in mom and dad's wedding. Covers the spare. You can see back there her gallery, mom and dad. Her mom, Megan, dad, Jason, and her brother, Bryce, who bowled the U18 division. Didn't fare so well this week. Says that Bailey's a little bit better bowler than him. All right, keeping it around the head pin, just like she was told to do throughout the week. Got her to the #1 seed, avoiding splits. Great spare shooter.
And that's just what I was going to say to you, is avoiding the splits was so important. If you could avoid the splits and shoot your 180s, 190s, even 170s with some bad count, you were actually gaining on the field.
I asked Larielle, you know, what would you like to do with your life? You know, you ask these young kids this question, it's going to change so many times. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. She'd like to be a fashion designer, a singer, she was going to be a teacher, but she sees how the kids disrespect teachers these days, so she's not interested in that anymore. But she also would like to be a pro bowler.
Well,
Mom's
that's a lot.
Mom's an accountant. She said, I wouldn't mind doing that either.
I like to have choices. I like the goal setting.
Yeah, and she says she believes she can win because she's got a great support group, and they will will her to victory.
I love that. I'm going to have to remember that. I like that. You know, it's one of the things, especially here, I get to talk to so many of the parents. It's extremely hard on the parents to watch. I know, because you want your kids to succeed, right? And when they're bowling this event, which is tough, it's even harder because sometimes you're going to have bad games. You know, it just happens here. But you have to remain calm and know that you're there to support them. There you go. Great
There we
shot.
go. Larielle bounces back. What do you see here?
I think she made a move, just a little bit left. As you can see, she's around that 13, 14 board down the lane in between the two tracers. Great shot.
Might have been her best shot that we've seen so far.
Very good shot by Baylie. She's actually playing, she is trying to play as far left as possible, and that one was just a little bit straighter up the lane. She didn't tug that one to the right. That was a perfect shot.
A little self-talk there. Baylie's no stranger to winning tournaments. She won the Ohio State Pepsi Championship in 2019. You know, Baylie also really enjoys baking cakes and cookies. Can you believe that? And she makes dog biscuits for all the neighborhood dogs and delivers them.
That's awesome.
She's got some good mojo going on here.
Yes, she does. She has very good. Actually, all three of them have good mojo.
Well, that's a beautiful shot.
Much more direct, and as you can see, even on the left, she gets that one just a little bit right, but this lane, I'm telling you, on both the left and the right, seems to hook just a little bit sooner. Hooked up nicely into the pocket, but it seems like she's got her angles down now. Great break there, but I'll tell you, not a bad shot. She got that ball in, and it kind of held. Gets a break, because I'd rather shoot at a 2-pin than a 2-4-5.
Absolutely, especially on the flatter patterns we see at Junior Gold. You know, we talked a little bit about how this pattern might be a little bit on the softer side, maybe an extra board of room compared to what they bowled on in the match play, but still very, very difficult. A true test for all these bowlers. Also, the bowlers at Junior Gold, and we've been talking about it on BowlTV all week as well as on our other show, each competitor was allowed to check in only 5 bowling balls. 5 bowling balls is all you could use to attack, 7 different patterns in this age group. That's tough.
It's very tough. Yeah, I think that's. I don't want to get into controversy. I think there should be a ball added, but that's my own opinion. It's a very tough decision to make, especially when you have. You have a mixture of bowlers, right? You have bowlers that bowl in sport conditions all the time and have a lot of bowling balls to choose from, right? And then you have, like we're seeing here with Baylie and Larielle, right? Newer bowlers that may not have a wide range of bowling equipment, so their choices are smaller, right? So it's just something to kind of look at, because if you're going to bowl on 7 patterns, you're right, you got to make the right choices. And you know what? You got to decide what surfaces you're going to put on them too before you bowl each round.
All right. right. So Larielle with the spare there, talking to mom. Very comfortable on the set.
Both girls bowling a pretty good game.
Keeping it around the pocket, making
yes.
most of their spares.
She changed balls. Are you looking at me too? Because I thought to myself, okay, she just hit the pocket twice.
Yeah, she just hit the pocket with the 10.
She did. I'm wondering if she, I hate to say this, but I'm wondering if she picked up the wrong ball. Do you think? She just hit the pocket, right?
Yeah,
with
she
the
just
two
hit the
shots.
pocket. Yeah, with the black ball. Hey, Carolyn, I'm going to state the obvious here, but you know what her second favorite sport is? Soccer.
Obviously, but there, she picked up, I think she picked up the wrong ball because her dad just said something to her. I think she did. But you know what? Probably not even paying attention. Look at this. She goes back and just throws a great.
Is the 5 going to fall?
Another great shot, though. And you know, if you're going to make a mistake, she made a spare, right? And then goes back to the ball she was originally using and throws a great shot.
Well, she's sticking to the game plan,
Yes,
which
she
was
is.
hit the head pin and make your spares.
Correct.
And that's what she's done for 7 frames. Got about a 9-pin match here.
Oh, we have another ball change. Another ball change. Ah.
A reactive ball.
Mm-hmm.
Changes direction down lane.
Now, she might have changed balls based on her last shot, which came in a little bit light. That ball didn't look so bad. I think she just needs to make the move left. But with the shot that she made, the last shot on this lane, she missed a little in, and the ball held. So to me, I probably wouldn't have made a ball change off of that. I would have just probably moved my feet aboard right. But again, this is just something that she will get used to and learn. Again, cleans up the frame. So, oh, and she's going to use it on the left lane also.
She's down 10 in the match. Maybe she's looking to try to figure out a way to string some strikes, and she thinks she needs to make this move.
Correct.
She's not afraid. That's for sure.
Not afraid at all. Great shot on that left lane. Ball is just a little bit earlier and smoother on the back.
Gutsy move there.
Very gutsy. Maybe that was her mom giving her some great advice. Good mom coaching. Going back to the black ball, so I'm taking it. I think that was a mistake.
Yep.
And she backs it up with another great shot right here. Her angles, the last 4 frames have been perfect, just keeping that ball right in front of her, crossing over that tracer on the 10 board, going a little left to right. Perfect shot.
I pulled out a reference on the last show, paying tribute to some PBA bowlers. Baylie reminds me of a young Alita Sill.
Oh, yes. Ball coming just a little light. She does not change to her spare ball to shoot all of her spares, which is interesting because the majority of players now, except for mostly of the guys, you know, throw urethane or plastic. Great shot, though.
Clean through 9.
And that's all you can ask for at Junior Gold.
Baylie can max out for 205. Larielle can max out for 215.
Big shot here.
This is the shot of the match here in the 9th.
Missed just a little left. Was hoping to catch that Brooklyn strike. That's the only thing with the reactive. I really liked the way she was, playing it with that urethane, where if you did miss just a little left, it didn't hook as much. Give you a little playroom to the left and to the right, but she's still in the hunt.
She sure is. So now max score for Larielle, 195.
Now remember, she changed balls on this left lane and high flushed it. She strikes out. She forces Baylie to get the first strike.
Leaves another easy spare. Now can max at 184.
I think we're going to see Larielle and Baylie both on Junior Gold telecast over the years. Great coaching to get them started going in the right direction. Love to see the younger players getting into bowling.
Beautiful ball, fills it up. Great performance out on the lanes for her 2 games here.
Great shot. Just gets this one a little bit further right. Perfect. It's all about just that little bit of angle.
It's 184 posted on the board. Scoreboard tells the story. And Baylie, with that strike right there, is going to be your 2021 U12 girls champion.
And she got up like it was no big deal. That was perfect. Unbelievable.
And she executed the game plan that she had coming into this week, that Dad told her, hit the head pin, make your spares.
Absolutely. And she should take a picture of that game and show every single person who's coming to Junior Gold, this is what you do. Make your spares and grab your double, and you're shooting 2-0.
Baylie said if she won, she wanted to get a bunch of TikTok followers. You can follow her, B-A-Y-L-I-E. That's Baylie.mass over on TikTok. So there you have it. Baylie Massinigill, your 2021 U12 girls champion.
Baylie Massinigill.
See Mom Megan, Dad Jason, and brother Bryce.
Number 2 finisher in the U12 girls division, Larielle Tharps.
No, I'm doing number 2, right?
I know y'all got more in you than that. Let's keep it going for them.
Congratulations, great. I am here with, I almost forgot her name, Baylie Massinigill. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about everything going on around us. I'm so excited for you. She is your U12 girls champion. Okay, first thing we're going to get to immediately is your dad gave you some advice coming into Junior Gold, right, on how to play the lanes. What did he say?
He said just roll it slow and be smooth because the lanes are going to be a lot different than what I'm usually used to. So just go slow and smooth and you should be fine.
Okay, but did he mention something to you about just, hey, hit the head pin and make your spares? Tell us about that comment.
Yeah, it's just different. So he told me to just stand there and just aim at the head pin. That's all you can really do because the lanes are just so different.
Well, you needed to mark in the 10th frame just to, take that championship. And you got up as if you have done this your whole life. What were you thinking going into the 10th frame?
Going into the 10th frame, I just knew I had to get a mark, and I was just shaking. I was just trying to stay focused and not just try to stay focused and not get too excited or get too nervous or anything.
Okay, so I do have to ask you, in the, I think it might have been the 7th frame. I shouldn't even have said what frame it was. You were using the black ball, and then you changed to the red ball. Did you mean to pick that ball up?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what ball to use because they do the same thing. The red ball hooks a little bit more, and in the last frame it didn't make it there, so I just kept trying to go back and forth, trying to see which one will work better. So I just kept on switching.
Well, I think you made the right choice. Okay, so what are some of your goals moving into the future?
I hope to win another one of these and win more tournaments and just to keep bowling and improving.
Well, tell everybody out there, you're a brand new bowler, right? How long have you been bowling?
I've been bowling actually since I was 3.
Okay.
This is my first junior gold tournament, so I've been bowling for a while, but I've never bowled like these big of tournaments or anything, so it's just new.
Okay. Well, you did fantastic. Congratulations again, and we will see you in the future. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Carolyn. I'm here with our runner-up finisher, Larielle Tharps. Great bowling today. How was your experience on the lane?
It was very challenging at first. I was very nervous, but I pulled it together. And the first game, I was struggling a lot the first few frames. But then I got some strikes and picked up some spares, and I felt proud about it.
Okay. Well, what can you take from this experience here to help make your game better?
I know that I need to work on my 10-pin shots a lot because that's what challenged me through qualifying, and that I also need to follow through more and work on my mental game as well.
Work on your mental game a little bit, huh?
Yes.
Well, I saw you there with Mom and Dad, and they were right there next to you. You did a lot of talking to them. Did you get some help from Mom?
Yes.
What did she say to you on the broadcast?
She told me to move a little bit more left because my ball was checking up and hooking a lot more than it needed to be. And she also told me to take a few steps back to make sure that I won't go over the foul line. And also so I can adjust more with my positioning and where I need to end when I finish my 5th step.
Mom was throwing a lot at you on the show.
Yes.
That's a lot of stuff going on right there. Now, I also got to ask you, you threw 3 different bowling balls on the show, and I thought you had a pretty good look with the urethane ball, but you made a move to a reactive ball. Why?
Well, when I threw a good shot on the right lane with my purple hammer, it was doing good, but then when I started to adjust and move a little bit more left, it started hooking a lot more. And so I moved a little bit more left and switched to my fugitive and angled between the 2nd and 3rd arrow, and it threw me some good shots. But then it came into the 10th frame where it didn't do what I needed it to do.
Well, you flushed a few shots there on that ball change, and Carolyn and I thought that was a pretty gutsy move there. So I think you made the right move. You had a really nice performance. You know, your competitor, Baylie, she bowled a clean game against you. What would you like to say about the game that she bowled?
I would like to say that was a good game, and it was an honor to bowl against her. She's a very good bowler.
Yeah, now you and I had an opportunity to talk for a little bit of time yesterday with your family. And you like to create your own dance moves.
Yes.
Don't you?
I do.
Did you do any dance moves after yesterday?
Yes.
Do you want to show us or explain what that looks like?
Well, I would, but then when I get back home, I would probably be laughed at. And I can't deal with that.
Okay, can't deal with that one. All right. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people that support you and to the folks that were watching today?
I would like to say thank you. I couldn't have made it here without Coach Pat, Coach Mike, Eric Ramos from Strike It Big Pro Shop at Oviedo Bowling Center. He drilled all my balls to get out here, and I would like to thank him for that. I would also thank my mom and my whole family and friends, because even when I was looking down on myself about bowling, they gave me some encouragement, and it really helped me get to this far.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I enjoyed meeting you. I enjoyed the time we spent together. You bowled really well on the show. I think you're going to enjoy watching your performance back, and we look forward to seeing you back at Junior Gold in the future.
Thank you. I look forward to it as well.
Thank you for your time today, Larielle. So we are going to now wrap up here with our U12 girls. Coming up for you here on BowlTV will be the U12 boys. I want to let you know that we're going to go to a commercial, but when we come back, make sure, those of you watching here on BowlTV, that you have the opportunity to win a bowling ball coming up, and we'll have that for you when we come back. All right, everyone, welcome back into Junior Gold. We're now transitioning from the girls over to the boys now, Carolyn.
Yep, and it's going to be another fantastic show. A lot of personality on this show, and again, you have 3 bowlers that are pretty, I mean, I want to say, I know they're U12, but I want to say accomplished or kind of know what it feels like to be in front of the camera, so it's going to be exciting to watch. And also one left-hander. So just like we saw on the girls show, that is going to be a deciding factor because I like the left. I do on this because I think with the traffic on the right, it tends to break down a certain way. Yet on the left, you can kind of stay in your zone, maybe just change balls just a little bit, but the angle stays pretty good.
Absolutely. BowlTV subscribers, right now is the time. We've got some great partners here that support Junior Gold, and one of those is RotoGrip. Carolyn knows RotoGrip very, very well as your representative of RotoGrip as well. And right now, we're doing a RotoGrip Ball of Choice giveaway. Make sure on BowlTV right now that you're minimized on your screen, and there's a countdown happening right now where you have an opportunity to win a RotoGrip bowling ball. So a nice little ad, and thank you to our friends at RotoGrip for that bowling ball giveaway.
And if you have any questions, you can always, I say this all the time, feel free to contact me on Facebook. I'll help you choose that RotoGrip ball for yourself.
There you go. So that giveaway is taking place right now. The winner will be announced down below on your screen, as we always do here on BowlTV, and we will be giving away more equipment throughout the day on our other shows coming up. So, but getting to this show here, as you said, you know, these are young superstars in the making.
Yes.
And they really are. And they've got some great personalities here on the show. We'll start with Kai Strothers. You know, he's from New Jersey. You know that. And he bowled a 300 game at age 10.
Yes.
The youngest in New Jersey.
And I knew when we were talking about that, it was at my home center where I grew up, Jersey Lanes. I remember they did a fantastic article on him, but very down to earth, a bit of a personality, but is very grateful for everything he has. For example, I went over and I said to him, Kai, you shot your first 300 at Jersey Lanes, didn't you? And he says, yes, but you know I have more than one. And I'm like, yes, I know you have more than one, but I just wanted to check. But he's just so bubbly, so cute, and it really is nice. Again, I say this all the time. The young U12s, it's so great to see how much fun they're having, even though the conditions are challenging.
Yeah, and all of these, I want to call them kids, but all these young athletes, they're all buddies. They're all friends, you know, and Kai, in to get it into the show, and coming out of that elimination bracket, defeated one of these guys' favorite personalities, one of their best friends, Josh Weems.
Yes.
And everybody loves Josh, and that's who Kai eliminated to make it into this one. So a shout out to Josh and just the friend group that they have, all of them. They're in text groups together, and that's how they do, you know.
It's nice to see. I mean, with Junior Gold and even the Youth Open Championships, because some of those kids don't bowl Junior Gold because, you know, maybe they don't feel they're ready. And with some of the other great events that go around the country, it's nice to see them all getting together where they do have their little groups. It's like a Storm Youth Championship group and a Youth Open Championship and a Junior Gold group. And they keep in touch all year long. And when they get to the event, it's like there's no time gone at all. They just pick up where they left off. And I think that's very important because we've said this also. This is where you make lifelong friendships. And through sport, it's even more enjoyable.
Also, Anthony Swanson, our 2 seed, we see him out there practicing, and Matteo Quintero, our number 1 seed. And you can see these players are getting very comfortable on our championship pair here.
The other thing about that is, and you can look at their resumes. Everybody is, 3 titles in the WYBT, 1 in the JBT, a Player of the Year, an SYC champion, an EYT champion. I mean, they all, again, what are they? Are they even 12?
They're
Are
all
some of them
12.
11?
They're
Okay.
all 12.
At 12 years old, we have one that's got so many 300s, so many titles. Can you imagine what those numbers are going to be like by the time they hit the U18 or U20 division? It's just fabulous. And again, it goes back to the parents, who sometimes we forget about here at Junior Gold. And this is not an easy week for the parents. And they have allowed the kids to travel the country, hone their skills, get all the education they want and coaching, and that's why they're here on TV. But that's hats off to everybody who comes to Junior Gold every year.
Absolutely. I was talking with Jitka and Victor, who are from Columbia, Mateo's parents, and they were telling me that they flew from Smyrna to Chicago to bowl an EYT just earlier this year. But they said the flights were cheap. That's why they flew. But they, every weekend it's another bowling tournament.
Absolutely, and that's again, we're glad to see that as the country starts to open up. It does seem like we're getting just a little bit more, let's just say, back to normal. A lot more bowling, a lot more opportunities. And, I was talking to Shannon O'Keefe earlier, and she made a comment, and that really resonated with me because sometimes I forget it myself. But I want everyone to know out there, there's not many sports where kids can bowl at U12 that can earn scholarship money.
Absolutely.
Think about that. I mean, really, that's just something so unique to the sport of bowling. So I hope it continues to grow.
Hey, shout out to Mark Pruitt, won that bowling ball. Congratulations, Mark. We'll be getting in touch with you shortly over the next couple of days to get you the Rotogrip bowling ball of your choice. Again, thanks to our friends at Rotogrip for doing that bowling ball giveaway and being a great sponsor and supporter of Junior Gold. So we're just about to get underway, practicing, just finishing up here out on the lanes. You see our number 3 seed again, Kai Strothers, the southpaw, Anthony Swanson, and I've got some interesting stuff to say on the telecast about Anthony Swanson. I got to tell you, I can't play favoritism up here in the booth, but if I could go back and be 12 years old, this is the kid I'd want to be.
I would take any of them to be 12 years old again.
He's already an entrepreneur at 12. That's why I say that.
Amazing, just amazing.
And we will get into that. We've got a great crowd here in Indianapolis. Indianapolis has been such a great supporter of bowling over the years. We've seen some greats come out of this part of the country. The great Mike Albee, had a chance to check in with him yesterday talking about this. I think he's going to come over and watch a couple of shows. Rich history here, and of course, the host of many Junior Gold Championships in the past. While we have a little time here, I do want to just mention something. Who'd be really proud of the Junior Gold Championships is George Webb, who passed away. He's a former Indiana State Youth Executive Director. He started a youth bowling tournament patterned after the Kentucky versus Indiana High School All-Star Basketball Tournament many years ago. This tournament's a favorite that all the youth bowlers in the Indiana area that they try to qualify for it each year. The tournament has been in existence for over 25 years. So just a great example of the things that go on in all the great cities, but here in the city of Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, a great bowling mecca, hosted, PWBA events and LPBT events in the day, as well as PBA events. Big tournaments here.
Yeah, this is actually the hometown of where Pete Weber dropped the trophy.
Yes,
also.
Yes, for the U.S. Open.
Our trophies here are intact and beautiful.
Yes, there'll be no dropping.
There will not be. Glad you're watching here on BowlTV with us here. we've got 2 more shows coming up for you today as well. Got our U15 and U18 coming up today at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
So really it's 4 shows if you think about it, right? Are we getting technical?
Carolyn, I've been live streaming. I've been live streaming for a week.
Listen, hey.
Week and a half.
Hey, 7, 8 patterns, 5 patterns, 6, 4 shows, 2 shows. What's the difference?
Looks like we're set and ready
In
for
our
match number 1.
2021 Junior Gold Championships U12 Boys Division first match of the finals. Our first competitor from Maplewood, New Jersey, Kai Strothers.
So Anthony gets lane choice. He is electing for Kai to start the match on the left lane, which means Kai will finish the match on the right lane. So here's a look at 12-year-old Kai Strothers. It's his 3rd junior gold tournament.
Wastes no time getting up on the lane. And you can see by the look on his face, he definitely didn't like that shot. Little quick. And here's the other thing, and we got to pay attention to this, Mike, because he threw this ball in practice a little bit, but he also threw 2 other balls, and this was the last one he went to. So there's a reason why I guess he went to this ball thinking he likes that reaction. Very quick
From
frame. I think he
Evanston,
went just a little
Illinois,
too
Anthony
quick.
Swanson.
Now here's my man, Anthony Swanson. All players again, 12 years old, all going into the 7th grade from Nicholas Middle School from Evanston, Illinois. Started bowling a year and a half ago. Another 2-hander.
His last couple shots on this right lane, he went light. He left a 2-8-10. So this is the first shot. Again, we talk about this all the time. You're 12 years old. I don't care whether you're 12 or 22 or 32. Your first couple shots on TV are always, you know, a little nerve-wracking. You're just trying to kind of get used to everything and your surroundings. So try to pick up the spare and make some good shots.
And he does. So a spare for Anthony. So when I talked to Anthony and his family, they told me a funny story. He got interested in bowling with the Kids Bowl Free program. Mom found that program, started going to the bowling center, getting his free games in. He bowled for 2 weeks, 2-handed, throwing it in the gutter, and Mom said, "That is not how you want to bowl, son." He figured it out. Now he's on the show.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a good choice. Ooh, great shot. Stone 7. Definitely playing a little bit deeper on this left lane. We saw in the U12 girls that the left lane hooked just a little earlier, but that was a fantastic shot. I think off of that shot on the right lane, just a little bit to the right, you know, maybe a 2-and-1. But again, see how he didn't throw that ball to the right. One of the things about patterns when they're a little bit flatter, you want the angle to be a little bit straighter.
Covers the spare. You see Mom Charlotte, Dad Don, and Brother Peter here to support. Kai with the big wheel.
Kai changing balls in the second frame, and if you see, when we watch Kai, it looks like he just kind of gets up there and starts, but he actually gets pretty good in time by the time he lets that ball go. Watch. He'll put the fingers in the ball, watch, and then he just starts moving. Does that remind you of anybody?
Oh, yes.
So the right lane, he's using 1 ball. On the left lane, he made the adjustment right there. Gets it going. Definitely caught this one and actually moved a little bit further right. Moved in just a little bit. Who does it remind you of? No? You don't know? Okay, I'm going to give you a second. I want you to think about it in a minute. Great shot. Again, do you see the angle? And that's what I want everybody to really watch. If you'll see when he gets this ball, see, he's not throwing it right. It's just a nice smooth motion, just a little bit of angle in the front. But what you were looking for on these patterns was a smooth transition off the pattern. Why? Because hopefully you hit the head pin and you can spare whatever you leave. Unbelievable style for only bowling a couple of years. I mean, honestly, think about it. Okay, I'm giving Mike, he can't get it. He's writing me notes here. He doesn't get it. So Jacob does that. Jacob just puts his hand in the bowl and goes.
You're right, Buttriff.
Thank you. Boy, I stumped you, and I am loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it because it's very hard to stump you on bowling trivia or questions. I'm scoring me a 1 on that one.
You get that
right
one.
there.
Yeah, my fans are already DMing me.
I'm telling you. But that one he just got a little bit to the right. One of the things about Kai, because he does go so quickly, is when he gets just a little too quick, he actually overturns it. And what I mean by that is his hand's getting on the side of it just a little bit too soon instead of waiting on it, because he really starts, but he does wait on it by the time he gets to the line.
Comes from a bowling family. His mom, Sharonda, here with him. Boom.
Here we go. He just goes. Puts everything he has into shot making and kicks the 7 right back.
Helping with us, our production, is Rob Gottschall. He handed me a note and says it reminds him of Jason Couch, Kai does. Anthony up very quickly now.
And look at the competitive spirit in both of these young men. Coming in just a little bit light. Like I said, I think you can play this right lane off of the left lane. Just a small move to the right, but again, keeping that angle in the front, just very, I mean, the motion in the front part of the lane, just a little bit, not a lot. You don't want to throw it down the lane because, again, flatter patterns, very unforgiving.
Strike there.
Another great shot. He stepped that one out.
He sure did. We saw a lot of that match play.
Yep. And everybody's playing the same part of the lane. If you notice between that the 2 tracers down lane, anywhere in there has been a great shot.
Matching strikes by Kai.
Kai just stepping up though, although at the end, I will give Rob Gottschall this. That footwork at the end did look like Jason Couch, didn't it?
It's raining strikes here in Indianapolis here in our opening match.
He just gets up there, puts his hand in the ball, lets it go. I mean, that was 10 in the pit and very impressive, using 1 ball on one lane, 1 ball on the other.
10-pin match. Comes in light, leaves the 2-pin.
He didn't like that one, you could see. He didn't quite catch that one as much as he did the last couple. And this right lane is just a little bit tighter down lane. Switches to his urethane spare ball.
Covers it. His favorite bowler is Belmo. He had a chance to talk with Belmo during quarantine on his Instagram Live. It was a highlight of his young life, he told me. He's won a couple of titles, the AYBT, Amateur Youth Bowlers Tour back home. 5 medals in the Louisville Super Slam SYC, and an All-American second overall in Louisville EYT.
Great comeback shot. You could see he got around that one. Ball, again, though, look at the way they're playing this pattern right between those two tracers. Great shot. Another example of, you're not looking for your ball to hook the old hockey stick, right? Nice and smooth off the pattern, kicks the 10 right back.
Well, Kai is a strike machine, and I say that because he's the owner of 4 300 games already. He bowled his first one. He's the youngest in the state of New Jersey to ever bowl 300 at 10 years, 3 months. He said he couldn't breathe. He was so nervous, and he says, I hope I don't feel that way tomorrow when I talked to him yesterday.
Well, he doesn't look it. Got that one just a little left, but still great reaction to the pocket. We talk about this all the time with being only the left-hander on the show, right? Do or die. You can make it what you want, and it looks like he's got a pretty good look to the lane.
Matteo Quintero, our #1 seed, I'm sure, is watching these strikes over here. That didn't look that bad off his hand to me, but he didn't like it.
No, it looked like he actually stuck a little bit, or just he didn't quite complete the shot the way he had been, and got it way right. Definitely didn't hit it. Comes in a little light, leaves the 2-8. Going to use a spare ball to shoot at the 2-8. Covers it like a champ.
Carolyn, I got to get this in. This is why I like Anthony so much. He is an entrepreneur. He plays piano at Christmas parties, and if you want to book him, you can go to holidaypartypianist.com and you can book him. I think I'm going to do that after this broadcast here today. He also works at the bowling center, cuts the grass for free games.
Oh, nice. What a great kid.
Oh, fast 8.
Good shot. Yep.
Yeah, on his website, it actually says, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything.
So I asked you earlier, right? I asked you earlier. Do you think he wrote that?
It's on his website on the homepage. I'm going with it.
I say I'm going with it, too.
Well,
unlike him to miss the spare, because he's a very good spare shooter, but just a little bit of frustration. It didn't matter. The match was over. But what a great week.
Kai Strothers continues to just bury the 1-2 pocket. He's going to advance and bowl for the title here at Junior Gold. Congratulations to Anthony Swanson on a great finish at his first Junior Gold. Finishes 3rd in the U12 boys. But Kai Strothers can be in the 250s with a strike right here.
Picks up the other ball, maybe just to give it a try, see what it does on this right lane.
Throwing 2 different balls on each lane, throwing strikes like they're nothing. His first game under the TV lights opens up with a 256. We're going to have a heck of a match coming up here.
Finisher in the U12 boys division, Anthony Swanson.
When we come back, Carolyn's going to talk to our man Anthony Swanson. We'll be right back on BowlTV.
Here with Anthony Swanson, our 3rd place finisher in the U12 boys division here at Junior Gold. Great performance this week. Okay, so on the right lane, it seemed like you had a little bit of trouble. Got it a little right. Ball didn't, just quite get there. Did you see a difference between the 2 lanes?
Yeah, the right lane, it just held so much. It didn't hook, but on the left lane, it hooks. So on the right lane, I had to move a couple boards to my right to actually get a good shot, but I just got it right and didn't hook.
Okay. What do you contribute your success this week to Junior Gold, two questions actually. What do you do to prepare to come to Junior Gold, and what do you contribute to the success of you making the show?
Mostly, to prepare spares mostly. To come here, it was mostly make good shots and also pick up spares.
Okay. Spares. Everybody listening to that, spares are very important. Filling frames. Okay, but you are not only a great bowler, you are a pianist, right? So you do Christmas events. Tell us a little bit about your website.
Well, I just do parties, play for parties, events, Christmas events. So
Okay, but let me ask you a question. So do you like playing the piano, or do you like bowling better? What is it?
bowling.
Oh, you heard it. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but I'm glad you play the piano. Well, great week here, and I look forward to watching you in the future.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Carolyn. Boy, I gotta book that kid. I'm booking him for my next holiday party. I have some big parties in my neighborhood, and he's gonna be twinkling the keys for sure next time.
Twinkling the keys.
That's
Do you mean
right.
tickling the ivories?
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you very much, Carolyn, for that.
You're fine. My mother plays the piano.
Oh.
I have two pianos in my house. I have a baby grand, and I have the original piano that my mother received when she started playing when she was, I think, 16.
Wow.
So it's old. But it's got such character. So I love the sound of the piano.
All right. Well, we got Matteo Quintero coming up here, taking on Kai Strothers. We'll see if Mateo's going to have anything for him. Now, remember, Kai's going to have to defeat him twice in this match.
And right now, U20 and then U12 girls, the leaders have won. So do you think Kai's going to be the one to break that string?
I don't know. This Matteo, he has been red hot. He has pretty much led this event almost from start to finish. He's the man to beat. But Kai, bowling 250 the first game. It's going to be a great match.
Feeling confident. I don't think either of these players, though, doesn't have a little bit of confidence. That's another great thing to see.
And needing to win 2 games to be your U12 Junior Gold champion. From Maplewood, New Jersey, the winner of our first match, Kai Strothers.
Okay, so Matteo making Kai start this match as well on the left lane. Similar setup to game number 1.
Start first, finish last, right? I don't think he has a bad lane. So I don't think it mattered, that was a personal preference as to whether you wanted to start or not. Goes just a little light. Now don't forget, he's been sitting a few minutes while Matteo finished his practice shots. So just got a little quick. Get count here. Wow. Oh.
Hits it off the sidewall, gives it a shot anyway. Now here is Matteo Quintero.
And from Smyrna, Tennessee, Matteo Quintero.
As you hear, Matteo from Smyrna, Tennessee. Mom and dad from Colombia, South America. Matteo born here in the States. Tickles the 7. Will not fall.
Now Matteo is opting to use urethane, playing just a little bit further right. See how it gets right of that tracer down lane? Comes in just a little light, leaves the shaker 7. Now I like that option because I'm going to tell you what a fact is with Junior Gold. If you go back and you watch who some of the champions of Junior Gold have been, straighter is greater. Straighter and ball speed.
Absolutely.
To take the lane out of play, much easier to keep the ball in play and leave things that are spareable.
Matteo bowls out of Smyrna, Tennessee. Stewart's Creek Middle School. Going into the 7th grade here this year. Mom Jitka, Dad Victor here on hand. You see him there on the couches. Very proud of Matteo. He's got 3 older sisters, all in their 20s and 30s.
Ball hooking up just a little bit, leaves the 310. Going to change to a plastic ball to shoot a spare. Again, we've said it last match too. First couple frames, just getting those jitters out, right? Getting used to your surroundings.
Nice spare conversion by Matteo.
Great spare shot right here. Dead end over end. Right in between it, picture perfect.
That spare ball really shows the amount of revolutions he puts on that bowling ball. Here's Kai in the second.
Kai getting right back on it with a great shot, going back to using one ball on one lane, the other ball on the left lane.
Just outside of the tracers, that ball is covering a lot of real estate in the last few feet of the lane. Power through the pins, Kai Strothers.
When you have that much rotation, he almost, that one he seemed like he actually stuck just a little bit at the foul line, but those pins just danced everywhere, didn't they?
They sure did. You know, Matteo, he started bowling because he was in karate. He broke his left arm, was able to bowl. And that was 7 years ago. The rest is history.
Getting that ball just a little bit too far right. I'll tell you, I still like that part of the lane. If he could just slow it up just a little bit, get the ball to read, I think he'd be okay.
Easy to do, chop the 2 off the 5. He rolled that one real nice. Slower ball speed, hooks just too much at the end here. So early on, Matteo with 45 in the third. Kai with an open frame, but throws a double behind it.
And with the look that Kai has on the lanes, Matteo's going to have to start putting some strikes together.
He hasn't really found it on the left lane so far here on our championship pair here at Expo Bowl.
No, and with the U12 girls, as well as that first match, as you know, the left lane is hooking more, so you got to get left of that early hook. And it's time to make the move. You're almost in, middle of the game, almost into the 5th frame. You only got a half a game left, so it's time to take that chance.
It's the first bad shot we've seen from Kai on the right lane in some time.
When he gets a little quick, you can see he's a little off balance at the line. Got that one to the right. Didn't quite hold the line, because there was a shot on the right lane where he got it just a little bit to the right and it held. That one he just got around. Leaves himself the 2-4-7. Picking it up, no problem.
Talking to all these players, the one thing they had in common is they're all friends. They all bowl all the time together. They were actually signed up to bowl the USA Bowl team event. The team was going to be Josh Weems, Matteo, Alex Crawley, and Kai. Could you imagine that team?
It's a very good team.
Why do you think Kai is starting to come in high?
I think looked a little slow on that shot, to be honest, and missed a little bit right.
My eye saw it the same way.
Yeah, he had a lot of ball speed that first game, and of course, again, you're amped up a little bit. You know, you're just starting, but covers both spares.
Now Matteo through all of match play, and he's really owned this event with seeing Kai not just pummel the pocket with strike after strike. That's got to give Matteo a little bit of a mental capacity to get up here and hit the reset button and make a couple of good shots. We'll see what happens here.
And Kai does know he has to win twice, so could be pushing just a little bit. Much better shot. Ooh, still hooked on the back. I actually liked that shot, but I do think he has to amp up his ball speed just a little bit, or he's going to have to make that move to the left. I really did like that shot. But again, Lane's going through transition. He's giving it a shot. Look
Picks
at
it up.
this. Great shot. Shot at it just like he did the 310. Hits it just where it needs to be. Kicks out the 7. That was perfect.
And momentum can shift after picking up a split like that.
See if he made the move.
He looks really puzzled and confused with his ball reaction right now. It looks like he liked that one as well.
Yeah, and I like urethane. I really do, but I just don't think he's deep enough yet, especially for the two-handers. You know, you can make the move, and I'm sure you're going to get the ball back. But I think it just needs to be a bigger move. Again, not much room for error. So you need to decide what you're going to do, and just it's about execution and hope you leave something that you can spare.
We're seeing both players go high on a consistent basis now the last few frames. Looks like the lanes are experiencing some sort of transition.
But he's missing, his last couple shots he has missed right. He's hit that tracer down lane. His good shots have been to the left of that tracer as it's entering the pocket. So right there, remember that first game, he had a little to the right, a little bit to the left. So it might be time to actually make just a parallel move because there hasn't been much traffic on his side.
Matteo still in this match. Believe it or not, 11 pins separate these two through 6 frames. Well, now that's a different one.
That was definitely closer to where he had been playing them. Got that one left. See, as you can see, it's left of the tracer, but it's still hooked up. I want to say you leave the light 7-8.
Covers it up, yells at it.
Not the spare you shoot at every day. As you can see, he does not use a spare ball. Just flattens his hand out. Picture perfect.
There we go. 4-pin falls forward.
Much better shot for Matteo. You could see he moved just a little bit left. He's getting it out to about 8-9 and gets that pin that hits the 4 from the back. Now he needs to make a move on this lane. Honestly, I'd move again on the right lane too when he gets back up there, because right now you have control. He doubles here, it changes again, like you were saying, the momentum of the match. Ball's still going high. It's got to be a bigger move, and he's got one more. He's going to have the 10th frame on that left lane.
All right, well, all he can do is have a seat, think about things, maybe talk to mom and dad, talk to his coach. But all eyes now on Kai Strothers here. 8th and 9th, setting up the 10th frame, starts here in the 8th.
Ooh, definitely got that one. Further left, you can see right here the angle off his hand. He has moved a little deeper, but see to the left of that tracer, good shot. Almost leaving the light 5-10, knocking the 5 out, leaving just the 7. Got a break there.
Ooh. Hooking at the 10 pin. Woo. A little too close for my comfort there. 10-pin match here through 8 frames. Glad you're with us here watching on BowlTV. Got a great match shaping up here. U12 boys championship match. There we go.
Made the move on the left lane. He's moved in on both lanes, but moved even more on this left lane. Finally got that ball left. Look at that, out to about 3. Blowing the rack. Must strike situation for Matteo.
Okay, again, just to let everybody know, this is a true double elimination bracket format. Matteo, the #1 seed, must be defeated twice. So Kai looking to get the first one. If he were to win this, which it looks like it's going to happen, we will have one more game for the title. Matteo can max at 161. Kai at 188.
Finally made the move on the left lane. Very good. Right here, and a little bit more ball speed. Just to the right of that tracer. Perfect.
Splits the 8-9. No pin left behind. All right, what do you do here on a fill shot, Carolyn?
Well, I mean, at this point, he can do 161. I mean, really, it's basically Kai just needs to get some count and stay behind the line. I really just make another move just to see what I have, whether, you know, make that move. It comes in light, you know, you got, you know, what you have to do, and you make the move back. Just get prepared for the next match.
Looked like he moved even a little bit more on that shot, and the ball held pocket.
That's correct.
Strikes out in the 10th frame, and that's the Matteo that we've seen throughout this entire event. Now, you're right. Kai just needs to keep it behind the foul line here, and we're going to have another match coming up for the title. Ooh. Good thing that didn't really matter right there. We almost saw a 7-10. But Kai Strothers gets the W here. Matteo Quintero has lost his first game through match play. Well, doesn't matter. It's enough. 166 to 161. We will have another match.
I heard somebody yell in the crowd. I'm not sure they knew what the score was.
All right, so that was a great match right there. With Kai winning that game, we do have one more game to go between these two great competitors.
Great time to talk about our other finishes here in the U12 boys division. Josh Weems finishes 4th. Finishing in 5-6 was Jackson Veach and Donovan Klein. And in 7-8, we had Dawson Cole and Jacob Dunbar. So those are our finishers, the top 8 for the U12 boys division.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't know we were coming back on. I had to have a sip of my coffee. Look at JT laughing at me. I'm sorry. It's been look, this is what Junior Gold does to you, right here. You want me to be honest? You know, look, I told JT I was going to talk about some things today. Look, I'm just letting you know. This is your bloodline for the week of Junior Gold.
Can I get a peach perfection from Jamba Juice?
Yeah,
everybody?
I mean, the kids
that's
think,
what I need.
I mean, the kids think they have it rough. You have no idea. Okay, I'm done. Let's go. I'm ready. Oh, now we're back on the lanes. Does this mean I get to get I can sip my coffee now?
Coffee talk.
All right, for our last match, our first competitor from Maplewood, New Jersey, Kai Strothers.
All right, Carolyn, I got to ask, who do you like in this match?
I still think I like the left. But I do think Matteo has a better look now with moving deeper. But I do like the left because he's been able to play the lanes the way really he wants to play them because there's no traffic. He has great ball speed, so he can manage his transition. But I do think Matteo's going to give him a run for the money here.
Matteo has never bowled 300, 279 his high game. Got that one a little bit further right than I think he would have liked to there.
And I think you can do that on the left lane, but definitely not on the right lane. As you heard from our last competitor, Anthony, the right lane definitely was tighter for him down the lane, and you can see that with Matteo also.
You know, we talked about Anthony Swanson going to the bowling center, bowling with his mom because of the Kids Bowl Free program. Matteo, also a product of the Kids Bowl Free program where kids get a free game pass to go bowling every day in the summertime. So that program's working.
Absolutely. We have, I'll tell you, the bowling centers near us that have the program, they are packed in the summer. So it's fantastic to see.
Looks like he's lined up on the left lane now.
I think he needs to, this is a great shot right here. The angle is perfect, just to the 8-9 board, down lane. I think he needs to move left on the right lane and almost play them similar, just don't get it to the right, down the lane as far.
Kai wraps a 7.
Oh, changed balls on this right lane. He's now using the ball that he used on the left lane, moved a little bit further right. But we'll go back to that ball to shoot the spare, which all makes sense to me.
Kai's favorite bowlers. He met Gary Faulkner at a church event, and he also enjoys watching Jason Belmonte bowl.
Has this left lane down. Has been rock solid on hitting the 8-9 board down there by that tracer. It's that right lane that's giving him and the right-handers the trouble.
Much closer.
Yep, he opted to move a little bit further right, getting closer. But depending, look at that, he throws his whole body into it. Needs to make the spare, set himself up on the left lane and start to get some strikes on that right lane. That right lane is going to be the deciding factor, I think, for both bowlers.
Covers the spare. You know, Matteo, he doesn't bowl on house shots at all. I talked to he and his parents. They never bowl on house shots, ever.
No, I don't know if today when Keegan and Alyssa were bowling, they had on their jersey that we have for our open, youth open, and one of their hashtags is house hacks because they never bowl on house shots. So when they go to compete on house shots, they're terrible. So they call themselves house hacks.
Oh.
Just a little bit too direct, a little soft with the speed. Ball break, see how it's just almost over the tracer. He was getting it just to the right. Needs to get 2 pins here.
All right, so Matteo now with 53 in the 4th. Kai has an opportunity here in the 4th and 5th frame. He can put some strikes up on the board. He can put an extreme amount of pressure on Matteo.
Left the 7 pin last time on this lane.
No doubter there.
Yep, just got around that one a little bit more. Playing both lanes similar. As you can see, I love the tracer down lane because you can see it so much better.
Kai also really likes basketball and football, likes to play video games. LeBron James and Kobe Bryant are his 2 favorite of all time.
Missed a little right on that shot. Taking a peek up at the scoreboard. Still in command of the match. Needs to get 2 pins. Another thing I stress, especially when you're on a strike, make sure you get the count.
Okay, this is an opportunity for Matteo. Hasn't been able to quite figure out this right lane. Will he make the right adjustment?
Still just a little bit light on that right lane. Needs to make another move, or what I would do, I'd rather soften up his ball speed a little bit and stay right there. When you start to move a little more right and to the left on these flatter patterns, that's when you get into trouble. I'd rather stay where you're light in the pocket and just slow up the ball speed.
He chopped this earlier in the first game. Covers it with no problem here. Matteo also likes to play baseball. His favorite baseball player is Aaron Judge. He said, you know, Mike, I just like him because he's got a lot of power, he's tall, and very talented.
Well, that's a very mature analysis.
He likes machines, he likes aerospace, and he flies a remote control airplane on the weekends. He's really battling ball reaction out there.
He is. Just the misses are just a little bit too much. He gets this one out to almost the 7 board. Just coming in way light, especially with urethane. Leaves the 2-8-10. I mean, not totally out of it. So again, get count, regroup, and figure out what you want to do on your next couple shots.
Matteo Quintero 77 now in the 6th. Kai Strothers 95 in the 5th. Is it going to hook?
Oh, gets that one way left out to almost the 6th board. And I was just looking up the scoreboard. Look at how far left he got this one. And he actually, if you saw his hand, spun it just a little bit, got on the side of it, doesn't quite pick up. We have a match here. Matteo, I think, 197, correct? Am I correct on that, Mike? Matteo can strike out for 197.
Yes. 197 is the max score for Matteo.
And 224 for Kai, I believe, right?
Yep.
I'm a bad math person, so
nope,
double check
you're
me.
right. You got it.
Okay.
You got it right.
It's because it was easy.
And to those of you that are watching that are thinking, how can these guys not be striking anymore? You know, there's transition, there's pressure, there's a lot of things that go into it.
Absolutely, and the pattern in general, he missed way right on that shot. And I am going to say this for every show you're going to watch. None of the patterns, especially the last 3 patterns, were easy at all. I know, and I mean, I watched a lot of bowling. Specifically, of course, the squad my daughter was on, but the middle 2 patterns, I'm going to tell you, Mike, there were people that were -3, -12, and you're saying to yourself, oh, my God, I feel like I shot 100 over because that's all you needed to do.
Matteo was the only player plus in the U12 boys division through qualifying.
Well, it's time for him to find his strike line and put some pressure. There we go.
Looks like he got it to the right a little bit sooner.
And a little bit softer. Got it into the lane just a little quicker. Look at this, picks up. Perfect. Now on the left lane, he needs to keep up his ball speed. A double here. Shifts the little teeter-totter just a little bit.
Comes in high again, leaves the 3. Ball just read early.
Just getting around it just a little too soon, not staying underneath it. Just needs to stay underneath it a little bit longer. And I think that's also a Kai. Kai gets going just a little fast and gets on the side of it just a little too quick. When he waits on it, it's perfect.
Max score now 177 for Matteo. Oh. What a terrible break.
Great shot. He changed balls to get it to pick up just a little bit and hook more on the back. Great shot. Again, though, even though he's the only lone lefty, he's still going to have transition. So he doesn't. Oh, he does. He's going to 10th frame on that. He'll finish on the 10th frame.
On the right lane.
On the right lane, and he's opened twice.
And Matteo had lane choice. So now max score for Kai Strothers 191. Matteo Quintero can bowl 177, and this is for the championship. There are no more games. 2 frames left. Lefty versus righty, traditional player versus two-hander. We've got it all here. Comes in light now.
Little
What'd you
bit.
see?
Got that one left. It looked, I mean, it did not look like that bad of a shot. Maybe just a little bit hard. I mean, he's really been managing his ball speed. He's been using his ball speed to his advantage. But once you make that move and you start to change your angles, right?
Ooh.
It changes what your ball is doing. That's why those moves left to right are so minimal. People try to, what everybody was trying to do this week was just control those moves left to right, but and still keep the angle somewhat straight.
So Matteo here with ball in hand controls his own destiny. He can step up in the 9th and 10th frame and take the title. Max score for Kai Strothers 170. Max score for Matteo 177.
Big shot here from Matteo.
Oh, baby.
Gets the love tap right there in the last minute. Look at this. Comes in just half pocket, but look at that. Wow. What a time. That's perfect timing for that break.
His dad, Victor, I thought was going to come up off the couch. Tenth frame. A double and 4 will win it.
Shot. This is a big shot right here, too.
Just unable to make the shot to take control on the left lane. The left lane has just been very difficult for Matteo.
I don't think he's, you know, those shots in the 10th when he moved deeper, it looked like he made the move, but he may have needed to make another move because of transition. This spare is important right here.
Not easy with the sleeper in the back, the 9-pin. No problem for Matteo.
Because right there, that forces Kai to have to mark.
Yeah, max score now for
Correct.
Matteo 157.
Mark and good count if he strikes.
Yep, a strike here would give him 157. Kai would need to fill 18.
Correct. Gets them all.
There it is. So 157 on the board. Kai Strothers now will step up on the right-hand lane for a chance to win Junior Gold 2021 Boys Under 12. He's going to have to fill 18 pins in this 10th frame.
Took a little extra time before he got on the approach. Took a deep breath. Here we go.
Oh. Well, he's going to have to make it, Carolyn.
Yes, he missed way right on that shot. You can see right here, right off his hand. Look at how right that ball never, at the arrows, never got left of 13.
Can he make the spare of his young career to capture Junior Gold? Must make it. He knew it off his hand, and on the bench, Matteo Quintero takes home the 2021 Junior Gold Under 12 Boys Division. A hard-fought match between both competitors. Kai Strothers, you're a champion in my book too, brother.
Let me tell you, the spare I don't want to shoot at is a 3, 6, 9, 10. That was an excellent 10th frame.
Well, Matteo has been the class of the field and has taken home this year's championship. And both players just absolutely look taxed.
Join us for our next two shows. Our U15 show will be at 2 p.m. and our U18 show at 6 p.m.
Are we talking?
Yep.
We are going to talk. Let's
Carolyn,
chit-chat.
we're gonna send it down to the lanes here with Carolyn here in just a moment. She's gonna catch up here with Matteo Quintero. Very emotional moment taking place here in Indianapolis. What an incredible battle of a match there. Back and forth, back and forth. Low scores, but it just shows how tough the lanes are. See Mom Jitka and Dad Victor down there with Matteo. And Matteo's going to be joining Carolyn here in just a moment. See Curtis Von Kruger, our man Zach here on the scene. So let's go ahead and throw it down lane side to Carolyn Doran Ballard, who is standing by with our champion, Matteo.
Matteo Quintero, congratulations. You are the U12 Boys Champion. Okay, we're going to talk about that left lane that seemed to be giving you a little bit of trouble. What you struck out in that first match. What did you do in the final match?
I just started to make my own adjustment, move a couple of boards right or move left, but I was pretty strong on the right lane, and I was just really thankful for just making those adjustments.
Well, I keep asking everybody, what do you contribute to your success this week to get you here to this TV show?
My mental game, just staying strong, no matter what happens, keep a positive attitude and just keep going.
I love it. So what are some of your future goals moving in your young, productive life here as you're already a champion? What are some of your goals?
Probably win another junior gold or make it on Junior Team USA. That would be one of my future goals, and a couple of other tournaments like SYCs here and there. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, you're an SYC champion, as we know. We see you all the time. You're always at the top, every single SYC. But what did your parents tell you? Like, we saw them chit-chatting just a little bit while you were on the show. What were they telling you?
Keep your head up. You're still in this, and I was. So I thank him for keep motivating me, and yeah.
Well, congratulations. You bowled fantastic. All right, there you have it. He is your champion. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Carolyn. I am sitting here with Kai Strothers. Kai, coming off that match, you look pretty defeated there at the end. Tell us what happened.
I don't know. I just tried to make the move. The last time I was on that lane, I was 6'8", and I don't know how. I thought the ball was good. Thought that one was good too, but it just checked up at the end, and I don't know how. I was just lost.
Matteo also seemed to be quite lost. Both of you guys lost your ball reaction quite a bit. Were you watching him bowl as well?
Yeah.
What do you think happened on the lanes?
I think for him, he created more carry down for him. So the ball was just going to skip more down lane. But for me, I think I just dried up my line. So I just had to make the move earlier, and I didn't do that.
Well, I can tell you, sitting up here in the booth and covering all match play with you, I've been very impressed with your game. You got to feel pretty good about this performance here, even though you're in a bit of an agony of defeat right now after that grueling match.
Yeah.
Saw you very emotional after the match as well down there with your mom. Tell me a little bit about that emotion.
It was, I don't know, honestly. I was just lost on those 2 lanes. On the left lane, how I just lost my ball reaction. Then on the right lane, the ball would just hook too much. I was just lost and defeated and confused.
Yeah, we were too. Carolyn and I were as well. It just looked like the lanes just got really brutal, especially down lane. We saw you using 2 different balls. You know, things were going well early in the step ladder. You know, you were throwing a lot of strikes, and you bowled 250 out of the gate on the fresh. I bet you were feeling pretty good about that, huh?
Yeah. So I had the momentum into the next match, but then lanes transitioned, so.
Yeah, tough one.
Yeah.
But you're an accomplished player, man, and you're going to go on to great things. You got the 4 300 games under your belt, couple on sport. What was this like? You told me ahead of time when we talked yesterday that 300, that bowl, the first one when you were 10, that you couldn't breathe. Could you breathe on this show today?
When it came down to the last couple frames, I knew I had to breathe, so I could focus and make the shot, and that's what I did. But the ball had different plans.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've got all my notes here from talking to you, right? You remember talking to me yesterday?
Yeah.
There's one thing I didn't talk about. Do you know what that probably was?
No.
Your video game skills. The 2K basketball. You and I are going to throw down sometime, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this man, he owns an Xbox and a PlayStation. He's a lucky kid. Always uses the nets, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Throws it down in the paint. Not too many three-pointers.
Nope.
No. I'm trying to cheer you up here a little bit. I'll tell you what, man, you had a great performance on the lanes. I was up here. I saw a few folks here that are respectable in the bowling industry, and their eyeballs were huge watching you bowl because of the future that you have in this sport. What do you have to say about that?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bud. Well, congratulations on a second-place finish. That's very respectable. Your buddies with Matteo, your buddies are all here cheering you on. It's been a great year. You got many years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it from Kai Strothers and I here. Very disappointed Kai Strothers with his second-place finish. All right, well, you see the celebration down on the lanes, and that's going to do it for our telecast here. U12 boys and girls, boy, it was a good one here on BowlTV. Glad you were with us. I'd like to thank the entire crew, everyone here at Expo Bowl, the staff, the volunteers, everyone that helps put Junior Gold on, for all the work and effort that they put into this broadcast, and to the week that we saw so many competitors out on the lanes. What a great, tremendous final that we had. Also, folks, here on BowlTV, this wouldn't be possible without the United States Bowling Congress and the USBC board, the BPAA and the BPAA board. Of course, Kegel, our official lane maintenance supplier of the USBC and the Junior Gold Championships. I want to thank, we saw Ken and Kathy Keegan there in the crowd watching from I Am Bowling, powered by Logo Infusion, the official jersey supplier of the USBC and the Junior Gold Championships. Also want to thank our partners, our great product registered companies that support Junior Gold: Brunswick, Motive, Storm, and Rotogrip. We gave away that Rotogrip ball earlier. Also, we want to thank the competitors for providing such great entertainment for us, and you, the BowlTV community, for supporting everything here on BowlTV. So for our entire production crew here, which is a big one here this week, and my broadcast partner, Carolyn Doran-Ballard, I'm Mike Flanagan. Thank you for joining us here for the U20 boys and girls from Indianapolis Junior Gold 2021. We'll see you down the road on the next one, everybody. Have a good night.